Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. Round 2, I guess, for today.
Jesus.
If you weren't here with us before, scoot this way. If you weren't here with us before, we were trying to stream live from the Jersey Shore, like literally on the sand with the water behind us. Thank you to Jen and Lisa for the subs. Appreciate that. But couldn't get the microphones to work, and it was just not worth spending. It wasn't worth being frustrated in such a beautiful place. So we said, you know what? Let's just come here, do our thing. You're going to want to lean back a little bit. Because if I'm leaning back and you're leaning forward, you're going to look gigantic. So how about I do this? Now you look a lot smaller.
Ooh, I like that.
So
you know what I realized we didn't do?
What?
We have to go to all the places that Taylor Swift went to.
Do we know where she went?
Yeah.
What part of Long Beach Island was she in?
This one.
Beach Haven?
Around here somewhere.
What kind of Taylor Swift fan are you?
I forget what kind of Long Beach Island fan.
Fraud. What a fraud.
I think we might be going to one of the places tonight.
What's Taylor Swift's middle name?
Allison.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. What are her cats' names?
Olivia, Meredith, and Benjamin Button.
What's her dad's name?
We call him Papa Swift.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
It's Larry Swift.
It is not.
It's Larry Swift.
It's not.
I don't know if any of the things that Carla Marie said were real. So if anyone wants to fact check her, by all means, go for it. They went to apparently Black Whale, Parker's Garage, and Bird and Betty's.
I don't think any of them. Oh, wait.
Are any of those
I think we're going to Parker's Garage tonight.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Is there a Taylor Swift table? You know how like some old school restaurants will be like, oh, Charles Dickens or someone sat here. Is Charles Dickens? He's a real person, right?
Is that who wrote Moby Dick?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Charles Dickens is Scrooge.
Who wrote Moby Dick?
What is going on?
You're 100% Angela. I don't know any of the answers to the questions I was asking Carla Marie.
Oh, Herman Melville wrote Moby Dick.
Yeah, I wasn't going to know that.
Who wrote Scrooge?
Charles Darwin.
No, what is Scrooge called? It's not Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember going
I know my literary prophets.
I don't know if he's a prophet, but I remember going to a bar in England, I believe it was, in London, and it was like, oh, Charles Dickens used to sit here and write. It was like some super old bar. And then I remember...
Alaska?
Alaska, we went to the bar where Wyatt Earp went to and left his gun, allegedly.
And in...
I feel like in Boston, we went somewhere where the Kennedys went. Or something like that.
No, in... South Dakota? South
Dakota, yeah.
That town?
Oh yeah, we were in the bar, saloon number 12, I believe. It's either 12 or 7, where Wild Bill was, I believe, shot.
Wildy Coyote?
Not Wildy Coyote, but
what town was that?
That was in Deadwood.
Deadwood,
South Dakota. Yeah, one of my favorite places in America, which I do want to go to again. There was another place. There's one more place that I'm thinking of. Oh, in San Francisco. I'll never forget this. We stayed at this pretty shady hotel in a very shady part of San Francisco. But across the room from us, it was me, my friends Steve, and John, was a room that apparently Buddy Holly stayed in. And there's literally a plaque.
Where was that?
The Mark Twain Hotel.
In where?
In San Francisco.
That's cool.
Don't stay there.
Why?
The hotel's fine. The area, not so great.
Ooh, you look like Buddy Holly. Ooh.
Yep, something like that.
That's the Weezer song.
Yes. Charles Dickens did A Christmas Carol. Thank you. That was Claire and Olympia. I feel like we are very delayed today, which is fine, because at least we got a show going on. But Carla Marie, your family trip is coming to an end.
For me.
Tomorrow we head out of here.
Mm-hmm.
What have been your thoughts?
Well, I'm leaving this place with a cold.
That's your only thought?
Yeah, well, it ripped through my whole family. Luckily.
Is it the vid?
No, it goes away in like 2 days, because it started with my dad and sister. Then it went to my niece.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's like every 2 days a new person's like, oh, I got it now. Today was my day.
You were also drinking yesterday.
No, I know the difference. I have a sore throat and a cold. Mm-hmm. But I did go in the ocean.
Hasn't hit me yet, thankfully.
I did go in the ocean yesterday. And last night I was like feeling dizzy, and then I started when I was laying in bed. I was like,
You got the amoeba or whatever.
yeah,
whatever it is.
the Vibrio vernificus is what it's called. And I immediately was like, I was the one that did this story on the morning show podcast about not going the East Coast Ocean, and now I'm gonna get the brain eating amoeba and die.
Yeah, it's gonna be unfortunate.
It is.
It's gonna be the Anthony show pretty soon.
But I had so much fun yesterday. Michael, my nephew, and I, we went in the ocean a bunch, and I was like in charge of protecting his life. We didn't go like out. There's no lifeguards. We were like right, it was up to my knees. Yeah. And I was like holding him, but they lathered these kids up in so much sunblock these days. They were slipping all over the place. But it was fun.
I'm at a point now where, and this happens to me on all like sunny vacations, I'm at a point now where I'm trying to avoid the sun.
I'm not.
Because I've done a good job of not burning, but I get dark so fast. And I know we have some things coming up when we land. Like there's a Sounders event we're going to that we might do a thing with one of the TV stations. And I want to make sure that I don't burn and have like really gross shoulders or arms when I get to these places. So now the last day is really just me trying to protect myself for the final day.
Yeah, I'm like, give me all the sun I can get on my final day.
Let's see. Marijuana said add that to the list for the West Coast being the best coast.
Yeah, no brain eating amoebas.
It's only on the East Coast? The brain eating thing? The Booger Queen, Carla Marie. Oh, at least you did unplug your microphone. That's nice.
Yeah.
Although that microphone still picks things up.
I know.
In its direction.
It's been East Coast where the water has been warmer is where they've been finding it.
Let's see. Lisa said, yeah, it's misleading down there because it's cooler, but you'll still burn.
Oh my God,
the sun is still blaring here. It is, honestly, though, I would suggest, especially if you don't have kids that have to be in school, because the children that are on this trip with us are tiny, so they're not in school yet. But if you can wait until after Labor Day to do a beach vacation, the weather's almost exactly the same.
Or better because it's not
and there's no one here. It's great. Yeah,
like we've been navigating in groups of 10 or 12. I mean, when we did dinner on Sunday with my family, that was 26 people.
Yeah, but that was like a big dinner.
Right, but I'm saying like everything has been like groups of 10 or 12. So like going mini golf the other night was great because there was really no one else around. So like we could take forever to do things. And
who are the top 3 people in mini golf?
Coming in 3rd place out of 10. Me. Coming in 2nd place out of 10. Anthony. And 1st place was Travis, my niece's boyfriend.
Yeah.
I beat my dad. It's a good time.
Yeah, Snot ASMR is. You should. I wonder if that would be a stream that like took off on TikTok.
100% what? TikTok?
Yeah. TikTok is where the girl goes, "Ice cream so yummy" or whatever that thing she does.
What?
What? You know this girl.
We have different algorithms.
The NPC girl?
What's NPC?
Non-player character.
Yeah.
So she does, basically she'll go on TikTok. It is TikTok, right? Yeah. And basically based on the amount of however you cheer on TikTok, so let's say it was bits on Twitch, she'll say a different thing. So she'll say like gang gang, gang gang.
Is
gang,
it a
gang.
real person?
Yeah, it's a real person.
So she doesn't do anything else?
No. You haven't seen this girl? Hold on. Can you pass me my phone? And what is the ice cream thing? Someone has to know the ice cream thing that she says in the chat. NPC girl is the worst.
So you want me to just blow my nose when people... What if I got to blow my nose before that?
You got to wait. That would actually be great. You know what you could do? You do the reverse, where you won't blow your nose as long as someone like gifts a bit or something, or 100 bits. You won't blow your nose for the next 5 minutes. And then you just keep going because what they're going to want is they're going to want like a lot of boogers in there, and then you'll finally let it out.
Like this?
Okay. You know, do it
not
now.
A lot.
NPC TikTok girl. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, you can watch people read or study.
Ice cream's so good. Her name is Pinky Doll. So you've never seen this girl? I got to pull up one of her videos.
So, And I can make money if I do it
She
live.
makes a ton of money. I think the only time she broke character was when her kid walked into her room.
That's hilarious.
I'm trying to find this video. I'm glad I'm not the only person who knows who this girl is, though. Whether you like her or hate her. I hate Pinky Doll. Listen, what she does, though, I'll give her credit in that... Oh, here.
NPC streaming is a type of TikTok live stream in which the
NPC
streamer
streaming.
acts as acting like a video game NPC
What?
by mimicking idle animations, only saying something or performing a specific action when gifted.
Hello. Brad. Ice cream's so good.
One of the earliest known TikTok live streamers to do NPC streams is Nichue Coco.
Okay,
a Japanese
but they're acting. They're also.
Ice cream's so good.
But they're moving like.
Yeah, they're moving like NPCs, like video game characters.
I can't.
There's also a guy who has a great account
Sal's back.
that, hello, Sal. You may have seen him on TikTok or Reels. In real life, he pretends like he's a Grand Theft Auto character. Like, he runs like the Grand Theft Auto guy, the way he runs into things. He does it so well. And whoever shoots him from like the perfect angle that looks like you're playing the video game. It's so good. Yeah, they move like Sims characters, kind of.
Like my family in Disney.
Yes.
Has this group of my family been moving better than?
No, you guys have been good. I think it's almost the reverse here. So one of the issues that I ran into when I went on vacation with, and Sal can actually attest to this. He probably doesn't want to because he doesn't want to get yelled at. But when we were in Disney, no one made a decision. Like, even when our guide would be like, hey, what do you guys want to do next? Everyone would kind of just look around and no one would say anything. So I got to a point where I was like, why is everyone walking around here like Sims characters? Make a decision. It was a great time. I think the opposite happens here where everyone's making a decision at the same time. It's wild. It is so weird to see.
Sal's been gone since Monday morning.
Yes.
He just got back now. Everyone's up at the beach. He hasn't seen
Sal's
his baby.
her brother-in-law, by the way, for those who don't know.
Adriana's dad. He hasn't seen her in 4 days, so it's going to be a cute little reunion, although they've been FaceTiming.
Oh, wait, Sal, come here before you go over there.
He's coming. He's not going to the beach yet.
Okay, continue. Sal.
Oh, so he was just hysterical laughing at hearing Anthony say that because he's missed a lot of the chaos of this week.
But I'm sure he knows. I'm sure it's one of those things where even if you're not there, you know exactly what's... What was that?
I forgot to pack underwear and socks from down there.
You had to go to Kohl's?
So I have a
Loves
question
Kohl's.
for you. I'm assuming you missed your daughter and your wife while you were gone, right? But also, how nice was it to have the house to yourself?
Honestly, I caught a cold, so
So we all have a cold.
I've been in bed all the last 3 days. It kind of sucks.
All right, well, never mind.
Yeah, so I mean, it could have been better, but
All right.
I'm back here. I feel a little better now. So
All right, good.
Well, welcome to the chaos.
how's it
Sal,
been?
it's pretty great, actually. Just loud. Loves Kohl's, that guy.
Coles?
I give him so much crap for it.
I was actually just saying the fact that he had to run out and buy socks and underwear is what reminds me of this. There was a meme going around a couple weeks ago, and it was about how apparently it was like a comedian that said, apparently being a dad became a thing like 8 years ago. Like being an involved father apparently became a thing only like 8 years ago. That was the whole joke, blah, blah, blah. Because like dads in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, they weren't maybe as hands-on.
No.
And part of that is a lot of dads can now work from home, right? So they're getting more time with their family in general. Like the hours of the day that they can be home is greater. But in my group chat, we started talking about how like just the things that our dads didn't do that current dads are doing. And I remembered a very specific situation where it might have been the only time my mom was away from all of us for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of doing laundry, my dad took me to Valley Fair and bought me new underwear and socks and just let me reuse all of the other, like there was just no laundry being done. We ate out, we ordered food or whatever every single day.
Like, could you imagine now?
It's just a wild concept.
You're, no offense to your dad.
Yeah.
But like, you're that
Lazy is the word.
Unfunctioning of a human that you can't do laundry?
Let's see. My parents never went to sporting events. What else do we have here? I'm trying to see the chat. It's also the sun's in our eyes, so that's why we're looking like this. But yeah, there was just no laundry being done. He said, instead of cleaning your underwear, I'm going to take you to Valley Fair. And he bought me 2 value packs of underwear.
Oh, wait.
What? What happened? Did I miss something?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, Scotty's dad passed away
Oh no, when was this?
Monday.
Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, Scotty.
Sorry, on a plane to Florida. We love
Oh,
you, Scotty.
That is not what made us talk about Dad, so I apologize
Yeah, that
for
was
that.
odd, though.
But sorry, condolences, obviously, and hope you're doing well. And the community is obviously here for you.
Oh, yeah. But
Where'd you even see that? Oh, okay.
I saw people saying, like, sorry. And I
Gotcha.
was like, what's happening?
Yeah, that sucks. But to come back, that's why trips like this and making time for trips like this is important, because you don't really know how much time you have with
anybody,
with anyone you love and care about.
I could get clipped by a bicyclist walking to the beach.
It's possible. It is possible.
Yeah, there was a point yesterday I was like, what if one of these waves just takes me and or Michael?
Then, you know.
And then I was like,
just God doing his work.
This is like, I said to my dad, can we get swimmies on this kid? Like, what do we got, a flotation device? He goes, and then what's going to happen? The wave's going to come and take him. I go, what? I was like, he's not just going to get, I'd rather see him floating.
I think the wave would take him regardless. If a wave is going to take him.
But that is the thing, like, you shouldn't put kids in, like, floaties or tubes in the ocean because they can float away. But it was that, or he was going to drown.
Well, he wasn't going to drown. I don't know where that just
But what if a wave wiped him? At least he'd pop up if he had swimmies on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know the pros and cons to putting kids in floaties. I think you don't want to put them in a tube because then they're not, like, anchored to anything and they can float away.
Yeah.
Swimmies are different.
Why?
Swimmies, because he's not swimming in the ocean. He is on his feet, right? So he's not going to be carried away because of the swimmies, but if a wave knocks him down, he will still pop up. So I think that would probably be the difference. Right?
Mm-hmm. A butterfly.
What?
Butterflies are like signs of people that passed away.
Did he come onto the screen?
No, I saw it up there.
Oh, because if he came onto the screen, it could have been maybe like Scotty's dad.
That's what I'm saying.
Coming or something. I don't know. I don't know the butterfly mythology well enough. Love you too, Scotty. He said the EMH hugs and hearts mean the world. Love you all. So you're hugging?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we go from here?
Go to the beach?
Yeah.
See you up there.
Are you guys in here tonight?
Yes.
So you guys up there. Where are these chairs they're talking about?
There's 2 chairs up there too.
But there's
Actually separate chairs.
yeah, but there's 2 that are broken. The broken ones I think are up against this house. The good ones are up against the shed, I believe.
Or just test them out. Oh, we got a float. Let's see. I saw a funny video of a mom where her child and a giant wave came and took the mom out. Kid was flailing around in the back and totally fine. The kid had floaties on. There you go. So what you called them floaties growing up?
Swimmies.
I think I called them swimmies as
Yeah,
well.
they
The
call
little
them
armbands that are inflatable, right?
But they make them better now because they're not like. Do you remember the feeling of getting them ripped onto your skin?
You have to.
My mom would be like, "Okay, 1, 2, 3," and you'd push your arm through. Then like they used to like wet them or just slap some sun oil on our body, and then it would go on nice and easy.
Or you inflate them when they're on the arm.
No,
that's the other option.
That would never happen.
I think that's how you're supposed to do it.
Because we would just have them stay inflated all the time.
Oh, okay.
But we had like different kinds. There was the one that like the good ones that were like floaty all the way around. And the ones my grandparents had, they were like a triangle kind of, and they would like flip around. When you're, But they don't. Now they're different. Now they're like not blow up. They're flotational devices that are blow up, almost like a styrofoam, I guess.
Okay, and how do you get them on? I
don't know. Same idea. Or they like. It's a thing. It goes. It's almost like a vest and their arms. So it's like their back. It's weird new stuff. I don't even know about it. Yeah, I call them swimmies.
Is it like a regional thing? Do people in the Northeast call them swimmies? And
I don't know.
What else would you have called if wherever you lived or grew up? What did you call these things? They were the arm flotation devices.
The hot orange ones, floaties. Tom said. Swimmies in New Jersey. I mean, floaties, to be honest, makes way more sense. Your brother apparently called them floaties.
I don't trust anything Justin says. Justin has no recollection. Justin makes up all of his memories.
All right, so it's West Coast says floaties, East Coast says swimmies. And
Interesting. Unless you're on Long Island, then you
Miami.
call them floaties as well. I always
or
assume
maybe just New Jersey.
when people say something is like a Northeast or New York, New Jersey tradition, I always assume that Miami also does the same thing.
Me too. But they don't.
Like it's a little satellite territory
It is.
of New York,
It
New
is.
Jersey. And not the greater Florida area, just really
Miami.
Fort Lauderdale, Miami, that very
Naples.
specific, maybe Naples. Naples I feel like is newer or older or both.
I think Swimmies was the brand name.
Let's see. Are you looking it up? Arm floaties, said Mergen.
Oh no. Well, see, okay, I'll show you what they have now, Anthony. That's what they have now.
Oh, so you don't inflate it. It kind of looks like a diaper though.
Yeah, it also looks like they don't have they're not that material anymore. They're like canvas, so they're not going to rip off your
They're
kid's
not
skin.
plastic.
Swimways soft swimmies. I don't know. I guess that wasn't the brand. Oh my god, I could hear my skin ripping off just thinking about it. Swimmies in the 90s. Let's see.
Apparently Naples is for rich retirees. That makes sense. Naples is beautiful though. I got to go there once. I was there for my cousin's one of his football games, and then I went back a couple days later for a Seton Hall basketball game that was in that area. And that area is gorgeous.
Naples?
Yeah. Okay, so Pamela from SoCal said they're nice now. It's almost like a neoprene material. That makes sense.
Martha said, hi, the beach didn't work out.
The beach did not work out, mainly because of the microphones. And I'm sure there's a way I could have figured out how to get the feed from this
We have to
thing
do a
into our
test.
phone.
Stream on your phone.
That's one of the things I need to, and I started a fake account at one point to do it, because one of the problems with Twitch and OBS, which is the system that we use to stream, is some of the features don't work unless you're actually streaming.
So annoying. So you can't test them.
Yeah, so testing things becomes a little difficult until you can see them live. So I have my Worst Anthony account that I sometimes use, but I also create like a test. I don't even know what I called it.
Test Anthony.
Maybe.
Just Anthony. Just
What?
Anthony.
I don't know why you're saying it like that.
It's Test Anthony.
Okay. That's not what the account is. So
Go follow Test Anthony.
whoever's account that is gonna get like 3 followers.
So
What?
I remember something I wanted to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
So we're in Long Beach Island, New Jersey.
Yes.
On Long Beach Island, New Jersey. So we have access to watching Fox Philadelphia,
Yeah.
which is Fox 29. Funny enough, my sister actually interned at the station and knows the anchors.
Oh, no
that are
way.
on. Yeah,
Cool.
when she was in college because she went to Rowan. But so there's been a few takeaways. Now, I will always say I can actually make fun of all the New York stations as well for the things that they do. But once you leave New York City, the caliber
The quality.
and the quality of the content and the reporters and anchors, it just immediately tanks.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
And part of that is just the natural progression of the most people are in New York, New Jersey. Therefore, the most money is in New York, New Jersey. Therefore, the best talent is always going to
Correct.
try to get jobs for the most part in New York or New Jersey.
So that aside, that's not even what I'm really going to rip on. It's really the content. So I don't know if you saw this story that a bear, a real life bear, happened to be in Magic Kingdom in Disney World this week, where they had to shut down parts of the park and the rides until they could tranquilize the bear and get it into a forest.
Mhm.
Fox 29 Philly ran with this during their morning show. And it's a mix.
It's like a local, like a news morning show?
Fox 29, yeah.
Okay.
So it's a mix of, not like New Day, it's before New Day. So from like 6 to 10, they do real news stories and a little bit of fluff, it seems like. They talked about this bear for 20 minutes. It was a 20-minute break. Not only did they talk about the bear, but then they showed photoshopped images of a black bear riding rides to the point where
Okay.
my mom is watching and half watching, mind you, because we're
Yeah.
all in the room. She's like, the bear got on the rides. And we're like, what? I'm like, this is the problem. This is supposed to be news, and they're doing this nonsense. This is why all of this chaos happens.
Yeah.
Then they're like, the bear is now calling in. And they had it look like a fake Zoom call, and the bear's mouth was moving. And it was like a producer's voice. And they were like talking to the bear, well, did you have fun? Could you afford the ticket to Magic Kingdom? Like, and the bear was like, I've been waiting my whole life to get into this park. I've been
It
saving
sounds like a 90s radio bit.
Fox 29 Philly. This is supposed to be one of the top media markets. It was absurd. And then, I got the new iOS update. So my niece is leaving a voicemail and it's reading it to me.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's great. Continue with the story, Carla
Sorry,
Marie.
squirrel. Then we were watching it, and they would talk about like all these migrants are coming to New York City. Coming up next, this new TikTok trend.
Yeah.
And we're like,
That is my problem with, and I've noticed this across the board, whether it's New York, Seattle, Philadelphia, anywhere. They have no transition between their stories. So they'll literally be like, man butchers entire family and sets his house on fire. Plus, new M&M flavors coming out. But it's not like they're teasing everything that's coming up. That's literally how they're reading the news. It's like they'll end the man butchering his family story with something like, and no motive has been released by the Philadelphia Police Department. And now your new M&M flavors for the season.
it's so bizarre.
And they'll just start going into it. It is the weirdest thing. It's actually one of the reasons the way we built the morning show podcast is the way we did it, because we wanted 4 news stories. Then we knew we needed something.
Okay.
What?
Fred.
Am I screaming?
Yeah,
Whatever.
you've been spending too much time with this family.
Maybe. Then I knew we needed something to transition to the rest of the show, which is why we do Hope for Humanity, which is still news. And there's a very specific piece of audio that plays to say we are now switching over to something to make you feel a little better because all of that news sucks.
Yeah.
Or most of it sucks, at least. And I think that's what... And I think that's what a lot of these news stations need. But also, a lot of these news stations don't have producers either.
No.
I give them a lot of credit because they're using their teleprompter on their own.
Yeah,
They're
it's
writing
crazy.
everything on their own.
But then they do this thing
They're moving
called
cameras on their own.
the after show.
Okay.
So the same reporters and stuff then go into like what looks like a podcast radio studio.
This
And they
is
have these
funny.
cool logo, like neon logos in there, and it says the after show.
The studios
Sick.
looks phenomenal.
And they
I just
have
spit everywhere.
similar mics that we have at home when we're in our studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm watching it. Anthony and I are watching. Go, are those mics plugged in? And Anthony's like,
They
okay,
were
yeah,
plugged
they're
in.
plugged in. I was like, something's off about this. Like just the way they're talking is if they're not talking to these mics. And then I go, look, the Rodecaster. So you know the machine that we have. It's got all the switcher buttons and it's all different lights. It's off, completely off. This, if you listen to the Serial Killers, the Stupid Man box that they record into, completely off. All the faders, the things that you would raise your volume on your mics on, are completely down. So they are faking a podcast on TV. I have a video.
Which is wild because they went through the effort of plugging everything in. Like, all of it looks like it could, in theory, work. Because they've got cables on the TV, on the
Table.
countertop, on the table. They've got the mics plugged in. It looks like they're plugged into the right places. But it's just all off, which makes no sense.
Bizarre.
But the setting is great, though. I give them a lot of credit for the setting. But you gotta, like, it's one of those things where I'm sure in whatever your industry is, when you see it done on TV, they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oftentimes in radio studios, they don't have headphones on for some reason on TV, or they're not
bizarre.
talking into their microphones. That's one of the things that we obviously noticed because that's something we have a podcast studio. We know how it all works and what it all looks like. And I also feel like when we're saying that things are different outside of the New York, New Jersey market, Philadelphia is still right up there. Tons of people live there.
Yeah.
The hosts there should be making a good amount of money because they're large, very important markets.
But it's also so cringe sometimes. Like,
What's cringe?
So also we get Fox 5 here as well. We get both.
Okay.
Philly and New York. And Rosanna Scotto one of Elvis's best friends. She's
she's
the
great.
anchor. She's great. But she's on with a younger woman now. I don't know her name. Wait, Olivia? I forget. But this morning, they were talking about what was coming up, and Tyler Cameron, who was on Bachelor, Bachelorette, was going to be on the show to talk about that new show, Special Forces. And they were like, actor and influencer Tyler Cameron's coming up. Bianca is the other girl's name. And Rosanna's like, and he's single, Bianca. And I'm like, guys, that's so, first of all, she's being a professional at work. Like, you should know better than to do that. And it's like, and this isn't a radio show, first of all. You want to make jokes like that or whatever. You're supposed to be news.
Yeah, but I think that's one of the things that we've conflated in American entertainment is we don't have full news programs anymore.
Walter Cronkite would hate it.
We have news entertainment, right? And I always infotainment. I always like the stories I'll always use are Donald Trump tripping and Joe Biden falling on his bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
Those two news stories at different times, obviously, but those two news stories took up so much time on actual alleged news programs, and they are not news.
No.
Someone tripping or stumbling on a bicycle is not news.
No, I expect to see that on TikTok and Instagram. But then
or
you
on
see
the
it
Daily
there.
Show or something like that. But the problem
SNL.
is, I think Jon Stewart did so well with the Daily Show that everyone said we need to model our shows after his.
Mm-hmm.
Just give people the entertaining part of the news and not the important parts.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, I'm not saying it's Jon Stewart's fault, but
news stations are trying to compete with like TikTok and Instagram where those clips will be, but like, where are people getting their news from? Because if you talk about, my family hasn't listened to the podcast this week. We've been here.
okay.
And granted, they are on vacation.
Yeah.
But they've been playing the news all day, and the only thing that they could probably regurgitate to you this week is that freaking bear. They don't like, where are they getting their news from?
Facebook?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully the podcast. I have no idea. But there are, and this is the thing, you do have to search it out a little bit because there are good TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram accounts or whatever other social platform you're on, X accounts, that do actual bite-sized news where it'll say, hey, this is the new thing. And a lot of times you can find it for your area where it'll say, oh, this is what our town hall is voting on or our city hall is voting on today or city council, whatever. It just, you got to filter through a lot of nonsense that pretends to be news when a lot of times those sources just want you to have rage. Just rage news. I've had to source out my own news. What is it? Source out. Yeah, that's Jolly Russian Buddhist. You have to search it out. And you have to want to be informed. I mean, ooh. You good? The blowing of the nose is still coming through the microphones, yes?
But not as bad.
Not as bad, of course, yeah. No, I appreciate it. I'm sure everyone else appreciates it too. So when is this cycle thing with your nose going to be done?
Oh, I'm waiting for an ENT to call me back, so I'm going in to see one.
No, but aren't you you're like making yourself allergic?
Yeah, I got 4 more months.
4 months of this?
This is a cold, I think.
It's been
because it wasn't bad yet. Yesterday was fine, remember?
It doesn't even sound like she disconnects. Everyone's still hearing it. Well, because this microphone is still facing you.
Then why am I wearing this thing?
Well, it's better. And plus, I have a microphone right here. So, I keep getting TikToks about slit therapy, says Jen. And that's what you're doing? Explain the thing again.
Sublingual immunotherapy. It's a concoction of all the things I'm allergic to. And I take drops of them under my tongue to help me become immune to the things I'm allergic to instead of getting allergy shots.
All right. I did it when I was like 11. Wanted to find someone to do it now. Oh, you have to do it multiple times?
Oh, well, your allergies do change.
That's true. Do you notice a difference in your allergies in the Northeast versus Washington?
Nope.
Are beach chairs at the beach?
Yes, there are beach chairs at the beach.
Me and Travis's.
They just are they? Excuse me.
Sorry.
Are they your own personal beach chairs? Oh, everything was taken. So
What do they look like?
is there one of them the black one? Yeah. I was sitting in it originally to do the show, but then we had to come down here. So if they didn't move it back, they're just in a random spot on the beach. You can take them.
Thank you. What else do we have? Oh yeah, do you notice a difference in your allergies
No.
between the Northeast and Washington? Same thing? Well, this is also because you're just so congested.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What are those keys to?
The house.
Oh.
This kid, Krista, I just answered you. I told you. The question she asked me, I answered, and then she called her mom and asked. I hate this kid. She's such a weasel.
Why is she what?
She stood here
She's
and
a
said,
weasel?
"Where are mine and Travis's beach chairs?" And I said, "I think we took all the beach chairs up." So
Yes.
then she's like, "Okay, cool." And then calls her mother and said, or her sister, and said, "Are mine and Travis's beach chairs there?" And I said, "Chris, I just told you." She's like, "No, that was my sign to tell people if you're sitting in them to get up."
Which is crazy because she's the youngest one or the youngest adult in the family too.
She's 20.
Yeah. Like if I called my mom and told her to get up out of my chair, she'd say, "Go buy your own chair."
I think it's probably her chair.
Doesn't matter. And my mom would still say that.
But no, my allergies are the same in both places. But today I can, it's weird that I can feel the difference in allergy versus cold. But also because I blow my nose and I am constant with the mucus that
I'm constant with the mucus.
I get sinus infections easily. So who the hell knows what's going on? But I'm pumped to get into an ENT. When I was on the phone, the woman was like, "How long has she been going on for?" I was like, 1.5 years. But I'm not telling them on the phone that I'm doing sublingual immunotherapy because I feel like they're going to tell me, "Don't come in until you're done," because they don't want to treat you for sleep.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to be like, "It happened. This isn't normal because it was happening before." And I'm getting I shouldn't be getting sinus infections this often.
I don't know what to tell you. Here, let's just mute this so you can hold on. Okay,
And
we're
you know
good.
what doesn't help when I blow my nose and I get my nose ring and then it pokes my nose wall and then I gotta sneeze again.
Okay, so moving on to the next thing. What do you got, Carla Marie? You're supposed to build out today's show.
No, I did. I talked about the Vibrio vernificus,
What?
news stations not being news
What
stations.
is the first thing you talked about?
The brain-eating amoeba.
Oh, okay. What else? What else you got?
Oh,
What?
Claire said she blew her nose at the same time as me.
This is where we're at, folks.
I went for a run yesterday.
Okay.
Here, I did a little over a mile just
Mhm.
because I needed to get the blood flowing. And I took that giant wagon that I was talking about the other day that my niece has for my great nephew and put him in it because he wanted to be like Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm running with him in the wagon and they put like the top on it. So now I'm taking on wind between him and the wagon and everything. I was like running and pushing 50 pounds,
Yeah.
which is insane to
And how
do.
far did you go?
I did 1.2 miles.
Not
I
bad.
was
Not
dripping
bad.
in sweat, and
Has he ever seen Sonic the Hedgehog?
yeah, his whole shirt was Sonic yesterday too.
That's not how Sonic rolls, though.
No, but he would be like, he would yell, "Do Sonic!" as I was running.
So
and
you have to
wanted-
roll around on the ground?
He wanted me to go super fast.
That'd be more like Flash.
So I
This
was like,
kid needs to
"Okay,
learn."
Sonic, okay," and then we're going fast. So that was how I started off yesterday, and then because he weighs like 35 pounds, I was doing squats, holding him.
Not
and
bad.
He loved it.
I think Carla Marie's family has been very confused about my workout routines
Oh, there's so many questions.
because I've been asked, what have I been asked? Do I work out multiple times a day? Do I have to work out every day? And what I kept telling people, because I've now gone 3 days in a row. I went Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm going to try to go today.
They're not.
Why?
Because we're leaving the beach early today because we have early dinner.
Okay.
And we're going to enjoy the last day here.
Enough of that.
Oh, man.
I've had enough time in the sun. I'm good. I'm all sunned out. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh,
Oh, my ear.
it was Travis who is dating one of Carla Marie's nieces, and he was asking me why I go every day. And I was like, he basically said, do you make sure you go every day? I said, I'm making sure I go every day because you're not going to want to see me if I don't go to the gym regularly. Like I can skip. If I can skip a day, I can skip 2 days. That's fine. But if I know I can make time and I don't go, I usually am in a worse mood. And then I realized, and I think I've talked about this once before, it wasn't until I had my first appointment with Dr. A, who's was it neuropath? No, naturopath in Washington. She did a bunch of blood work, and I have thalassemia, which is a hereditary blood disorder. There's no cure for it. But basically what it means is I have less red blood cells overall, and the red blood cells that I do have less hemoglobin, which means I carry less oxygen in my blood than most people, which means that's why some people with thalassemia will faint often. It's why sometimes I'll get random headaches or I'll get really tired.
It's crazy.
And after I had the appointment with Dr. A and she got my blood work, did some more research on her own about thalassemia, she kept asking me if I get tired often or if I faint. And I said no. And then she started asking about my workout routine. And apparently, when you work out more, your blood carries more oxygen to the rest of your body. And that is one of the reasons I've been able to kind of fight the side effects of thalassemia, which I didn't even know I was doing. It just kind of worked out really well in that way. And which is why when I say I don't work out, I'm in a bad mood, is because I'm just tired and not all there. It's because I have this blood disorder that I'm kind of counteracting with working out.
But for people without the blood disorder, the same exact thing is true. The more you work out.
Of course, yeah. But it's very specific for me where I'm counterbalancing my blood disorder with working out. And I'm getting obviously all the other benefits of working out as well. So that's why I say when I don't work out, you don't want to be near me because I'm just tired and cranky and not in a great place. But it was great that I finally, and this is why you should see a naturopath or a good doctor at some point and get real blood work done, because I never was able to figure out what that link was, and she was able to describe it for me. Nothing changed. I was still doing the same things I was doing, but I now understood it better, which made more sense to me.
Yeah, she's helped me understand a
lot. Go online and find a resistance program you can do on the beach. When I'm at the beach, I just want to be at the beach. I'm not trying to work out at the beach. Like people who run on the beach, God bless you.
I love it.
That ain't for me.
So nice.
I think with me, I like to do the things you're supposed to do in that area. I'm not a multitasker.
Switch it up.
I'm not a multitasker. Like, for example, your sister, and I give her a lot of credit. She has been balancing working and being on work calls and stuff while being at the beach with her family. Whereas I would say I'm going to do, and it's different with what we both do, right? She has to be on certain calls. I'm not doing any work on the beach. I'd rather work until 2:00 in the morning and just sit there and work, and then sit there and enjoy myself.
Entirely incorrect because we were trying to work from the beach today.
This is a whole doing a live stream from the beach is not. That's not what I meant. Okay. We were still doing our show there, just a different location, just like we're doing it from a different location here. But I'm not like writing stories or editing or whatever at the beach. I've always been
researching.
I haven't really.
All right. Well, I'm going to go enjoy the 2 hours that we have left of this beach vacation.
Jolly Russian Buddha said, I like running on the beach because it's great for stability and great if you have, I can't read that word from here.
Calluses on your feet.
Oh, so he's like sanding his feet on the beach?
Getting a pedicure.
Yeah, that works. Or you could just get a pedicure, which is also great.
Guys, I love you, but...
We out of here?
Yeah, we got to be ready for dinner by 5 p.m.
All right. See you later. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks for being patient with us today. And remember, there is a new episode of the Morning Show podcast available wherever you get your shows. And there will be one tomorrow as well. Please make sure you give that a listen and a like and a follow. Thank you very much.
Next time
see you.
You see us, we'll be back in our studio.
Yes, ma'am.